It is a new year, which means it's time to focus on your road to a successful retirement. So how do you make 2021 your year for planning? Back with us today are Gary Mattson and Taylor Steward. The duo are part of the team with Mattson Financial, a full-service financial and retirement firm in the Grand Rapids area. They're also popular radio show hosts. Okay, so we all know about 2020. Yeah. How is 2021 treating us thus far?
Good. So far, you know, we've been spending a lot of time as a family up north like we do every year. We like to go up and do our skiing and hang out with, you know, our nieces and nephews and such. So far, so good, I would say.
Yeah. Yep. And big expectations for 2021?
Well, I think the thing is that we're looking at really moving on with the vaccine being done, the stimulus package being done, the voting, you know, finalized and ratified. All those three things, getting past those is really going to put us on a path of sure footing to kind of know what's going to flow forward.
Sure. And so with it being a new year, a lot of people we know make plans to retire well ahead of time. And so is this a good time for those who are nearing the retirement red zone?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, if 2020 showed us anything, it's, you know, we got to make sure that we have a plan in place for something. So getting started now is a great time, and make it your New Year's resolution. If that's it, you know, because that's one thing we know we can accomplish throughout the year is sit down and get that retirement strategy in place and taking a look at income and expenses and, you know, your risk analysis and bringing all of that together. So at the end of the year, if that is when you're walking out the door, you can feel good about it. So let's get started on it now.
Yeah. Why do you believe that people should find an advisor that focuses on retirement?
There's so many different aspects in the retirement planning world. You know, if you're going into retirement with a guy that's, you know, picked your stocks for the last 10 or 15 years, and maybe he's done a great job, but he doesn't look at the tax strategies or how selling certain stocks and realizing that capital gain is going to affect your taxable income for the year, which is going to affect your Social Security. There's a lot of different nuances that go into that. So that's why, and on top of just finding a retirement advisor, it's really important that we find a fiduciary, so you know that that plan and that advisor is doing the right things for you, for your best interest moving forward, not just today, but also in the future.
And that is Mattson Financial.
Yes, everybody here in our office who's an advisor is fiduciaries, and we've been that since day one before it was, quote, in vogue, if you want to call it.
It was cool.
So why is it important to have an income plan? We talk about that a lot.
Well, the biggest thing to understand is that when it comes to a plan, when it comes to retirement, income flow is the most important. It's not how much money you've got, it's how much income you can derive out of that. And so that's why it's so important to make sure that your dreams, your goals, your desires, the things that you want to do, you can afford to do. The last thing you want to do when you walk out the door and start taking a paycheck is starting to cut back and saying, oh, I didn't plan for this or I didn't plan for that. Now I've got to downsize and do things. That's kind of a really bad way to go.
Yeah, and why is it important to understand our market risk?
That's really important to more so emotionally for a lot of clients, so they understand that you know, regardless of market volatility, what's going on, especially in 2020, you know, what's going on in the market, how does that make you feel? But it gives you a better sense of relief when you know that, hey, I've got somebody that's, you know, looking after my accounts, and sure, I don't like this volatility, but I know that my plan has been tested, bulletproofed, and it's still going to work through the way it's supposed to. I still am going to get that same paycheck. It's not going to affect my overall plan. You know, it's kind of a short-sighted outlook on it. We want to make sure that in the long haul, that still, your retirement plan is still successful.
Yeah, we know markets go up, markets go down.
Yeah.
But having a plan that can take advantage of both those scenarios is so important.
Yeah.
And so if you just have stocks and bonds in your portfolio and they both go negative, you don't want to be taking money out in a very highly volatile negative situations. You know, like Taylor said, the 2020 was a very volatile roller coaster ride emotionally, and all of us are kind of glad that that's in the rearview mirror. But there's new volatility coming.
Yeah. And so taxes. Why is it important to not forget about taxes, number one, but also are there ways that we can reduce the amount we are paying in taxes?
Well, we know that taxes are going to go up. It's just a matter that we know with $27+ trillion of debt, it's got to be paid somehow, some way in the future. And then the shortcomings in Social Security or Medicare. So taxes are going to rise, but people don't realize they have a choice in that. And most advisors are not trained on how to take money out. They're trained on taking money in. And even if they do well for their clients, If they put them in a 20–25% tax bracket, what have they really done for them? And so having your tax position at the lowest possible leaves more money in your account, and it can give you raises in the future. And again, also making sure that you're not crossing certain thresholds where Social Security is being taxed, or you're being double whammy on taxes that you didn't otherwise know was going to be there.
If you pay less in taxes and fees in your portfolio, what kind of savings could that do for someone?
Yeah, so if you're paying less money in taxes and less money in fees, that's obviously more money in your pocket. It's more money that you're going to have growing in your account with that compound growth every single year. That's more money that you can then maybe take in income over the year, or hey, you know, the accounts have done really well this year. We're in a good tax scenario. Let's take the kids on a trip. You know, we didn't get to do so last year, or whatever that may be. So that's really the important thing, is when you look at those two specific factors of your retirement plan, it allows your portfolio to grow. It gives you the feeling that you know that income is still going to be there, and you're not just writing, you know, a blank check to the federal government for whatever that tax, you know, that tax liability is.
Yeah, we had a client that actually saved 1% in advisor fee and actually 2% in taxes. They had a portfolio of $500,000. That was allowing them to have an extra $15,000. Then they decided they were now going to help their grandchildren with college education.
Wow.
And not taking away from their retirement.
So why is this type of planning not done more often by advisors?
It's really the education piece. Most advisors are trained on taking money in and investing those dollars.
Yeah.
They're not trained on Social Security or Medicare. They're not trained on taxes. And that's the big thing about a fiduciary, is we're going to work with your CPA or tax preparer. We're going to work with your attorney to make sure the plan works all the way through. Because it's really about managing your money and your assets. It's not just about an investment. It's managing it all the way through so you can have that stress-free retirement.
Nice.
Yeah, and at Mattson Financial, we've created a great team behind us. So if we don't know that tax answer, or we don't know that legal answer, we've got preferred providers that have our back that can help us get that answer. So again, that's why it's so important to work with a fiduciary, but also work with somebody that has a wealth of knowledge, not just, you know, your stockbroker, whatever that advisor is. And
you have something that you would like to offer our viewers.
Yes, if you've saved $250,000 or more for retirement, and you're within, if you're in retirement or getting ready to retire, and for the next 5 callers, Laurel's waiting, she'll take the call, and we'll get them signed up for a complete roadmap showing how we can reduce taxes, increase income, and making sure you have that stress-free retirement all the way through.
Yeah, well, sounds good to us. So for you at home, if you want to learn more about making 2021 your year, Mattson Financial has a great offer right now for the first 5 callers that are retired or nearing retirement. They're offering a complimentary full-blown retirement plan just for you. This will allow them to sit down with you personally and provide you with a roadmap, analyzing where you are right now and discussing your best steps to really get ready for a successful retirement. A game plan to get you where you need to be. The number to call, 616-514-3831. Again, that's 616-514-3831. So Gary, Taylor, thank you very much for stopping by. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Looking forward to 2021.
All the way through, yes.